My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. Now, I come on for this very moment just to say that we've got 4 little dogs left, 2 little retrievers, 2 little Dachshunds, and there's a part I'm going to get down to now, and that is the part where we start to work on the ears. You see, it's kind of like where the ears will take a little rounding off and a little extra work, but you know, there's a little place where we kind of trim things a little bit, kind of make them a little rounder out and a little work to do in them. And I say that for all of this, we're getting a little extra bit of work done. And when it comes a little more down, I say that we're going to try doing a little trimming here and there and try to get rid of a little work of the ear and kind of take a little faith in our work and all that we do. And finally, this is where we get a little ear that's all rounded off and stuff. So we're going to kind of take a little note and kind of put a little work around here too. And I say that this little pup can be a little symbol to us for what all we know, to make it all so we see just a little bit more brightness in what we'll do. Don't want to mention that one of the last things I do on this is kind of rough things out a little more, and like Calvin Grant one time said, if you can carve slowly enough, it'll come out so good you won't have to sand it. Because when I first started carving, I'd just carve real fast and all, and it was just kind of a little troublesome work just to kind of put in the little detail that it took. And when it all just came right down to it, I say that it was all just kind of some extra heck of a work to do, and all the ways we see that some things shall get a little better here and there. Kind of time to trim stuff away, see what we have to do just to show a little faith and love and hope and spirit, and then kind of come down to where we make things a little rounder and better and easier to go by. I say that this is just one of those little works, and when it comes down to it, we'll sort of put a little extra place in the ears where we're going to kind of make them come out a little better in the back. I'm looking at the other retriever that's already done just to try to see and remind myself of the ways I've always done them before. And I see that with how I'm making this little thing turn out, it's all going to be coming out so much for all the better, and a little wise work goes in, and we see just how special a little treat of a pup can be when we finally get down to doing the work that it's already made itself to be. And so I say that it's just kind of like how a little work in faith can do a little good little thing for us now and then. And for what it's come down to, I say that we're trying to put the work back down and make the ear so it's going to kind of flop down to the sides like you see how we've done here, and kind of get rid of all the little excess wood. Kind of come the time when we're going to get around to working on this other one too. Have a little faith in ourselves and have a little time in work we do, in what we make and what we see and what we feel. I tell you all, this is a really soft wood, so it comes down to the deal, but this is where we kind of work on things in the back to make the ears come out a little more like this. And I say, just kind of take the same little steps around here with the ears that we took with the other little retriever dog, and kind of make it so we see little blessed work of art and pieces, and come down to where we're going to kind of trim around the excess of the ears and see how puppy is going to turn out and do us all a little fine and dandy bit of good. I tell y'all that this is just kind of my work when it comes to the projects and the business I make. I tell y'all that these golden retrievers are popular sellers. Hope to make many more things that can really make good sales and profits, because I'm always out there just looking for people who really love things. And I tell you, I'm probably a little bit less of a people person sometimes, and a little more one who prefers a little solitude. But I say that little projects can make their ways along when we just kind of work ourselves a bit of the way into what all we're doing, and kind of like how that all this work is just kind of saying what it does to make us see how light can be a little living piece of work and honor and respect to go by. And when we all just make a little work now and then to see how the little things can make us turn out, I say that this is the best work I can have in my business, to do this kind of thing and feel this kind of feeling I feel when I kind of go to carve and make things like we want to see. And I tell y'all that it's just kind of the joy of the work and feeling of the feel of the wood. And like old Sarah Listy of Tool Girls Garage said, it can be kind of a sensory thing to kind of want to feel the wood now and then, and kind of how it goes and what it does. And I say that a little trim and a little work can find out a night for us and make us so we're gonna brighten the days of those around us. And when it all comes down to little things, business is life. That's why I can't be on social media as much as I used to in a day, and doing as much as I used to do. Kind of have to pay attention to better things like this kind of work and this kind of business I have, and have to kind of have a little business of my own to take care of, and can't be getting on social media to look at everyone else's these days, because there were the years of my life when that was probably the thing I would do and thing I wanted to do. But I tell you all that things change in life and nothing really stays the same, so we've kind of got to work at all we do and see the feel and the feeling of all that we have and make. Because I tell y'all that as of last week, I lost a lot of stuff in my Google Drive. And so with all this little work we have we kind of make things so we kind of have little feels of work and time in our lives when we're going to know what we must do. Going to go down to the ears on this one, just like I did on this one, and kind of take it to where it's all going to be a fine little artwork piece. I say that it's going to come a time we're going to put the little detail into the wood, make little things where puppies come on and show us all a good little symbol of what all we have. Little interesting thing I learned at one of my shows was that hippos were a sign of good luck, because I tell y'all, I sold a little hippo, and she asked me something like if I heard about the house hippo. I mean, I tell y'all, I've seen little videos about that, and there was one that aired on TV in Canada years ago. Since I've never been to Canada, I've never seen it on TV, but have sometimes maybe seen it on a little link or video that was sent to me in Messenger by a friend, because she saw it somewhere that she was, and oh, the little house hippo thing was interesting to learn about and interesting to read and see the whole video about. And I tell y'all that kind of like a little work, what it does is makes us all see how bright we come into the world of living art. And this is where we're kind of getting the little things in, and I say that this is just kind of the thing that we see here when we all get it all done, and when it all kind of makes its way down to the very thing we're going to have. When the little work gets finished, it's going to see how we are. And I say that I decide right now to kind of remove a little pieces from the neck, try to make it so it makes the chin kind of a little bit better separated from the ears, and then come down to where it's just the work that it is. And getting down to it, I say one little thing to do is come by here, remove a little excess pieces of walnut here, and kind of take it where the wood shall meet a better level. And I'd say that we're probably just about to be done carving these things. Might take a little separate time away from video to really kind of rough it out and try to kind of get it in the best shape that a carving should be. Try to carve it in a way that maybe I won't have to sand it, just like I was able to do with these other two Dachshunds I had. And by the way, I say that the work is good and the work is costly, and the work shall make its way unto us, and see us how we all do a little thing or two with what we have, our gifts, our abilities, our best gifts, our best talents, and oh, little work we have. I say that this is just kind of one of those things, like, of all things I ever started to do years ago when I started to use the scroll saw, and all the little steps I take little by little, one at a time, up to the point that I make the better things in life. And I say that I hope to get this done soon, come down to where we will see it. There's going to come a time when I'm going to get on here with the rotary tool, and perhaps with the rotary tool kind of make the little places for the eyes and the nose and the mouth and the whiskers. So these little pups are just kind of the work of the way. I say that there's just going to be work to come along, work to master and to accomplish indeed, and say how we all just feel a little sort of work in us. These are two hands. I can kind of accomplish a lot with them. Not all the things I hope to in life, not all the things everybody can, but this is a pair of strong hands with which I can kind of come and tackle and carve these harder woods and show so much more skill and things than you'd ever know. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you coming on. Keep in touch. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.